Hello everyone. So in this video I am going to be talking about the nuances of the deep web or the dark net, and basically what are the difference between the deep web and the clear web. So really basically the deep web or some of the web that I think most of the difference is the fact that the addresses of the deep web in the URL are different from the deep web from the which are the onion format basically. So deep web at the end, like usually what we when we website in our browsing state, so at the end most of the website end with .com, .net or .org, but in deep web website it will end with .onion. Now I can basically show you that going to be the to the hidden wiki. So just search for that on the Tor browser, and you can also do that too. So it's just a simple fact in the URL at the end, just it will be .onion, like a .onion extension. So I'm going to show you an example right now. So an example of a clear web website that ends in a like .com, .net or .org that are basically simple. So as example, how URLs appear on the clear web, as I previously told, .com, .net, .org, etc., etc. Now the deep web and all the darknet, for that matter, the URL will appear in slightly differently. So let me just try and open a deep web website, just a random deep web website like this. It will take couple of seconds to open up. As you can see at the end, as you can see .onion. So in this hidden wiki there will be many websites that you cannot open or you cannot go, but a couple of the websites you can go and check this website out. So there are many categories in this hidden wiki website, like as you can see, Bitcoin anonymity, drug stores, more commercial rings, etc., etc., and everything else, and lots of website. Most of them are not accessible, but you can find a couple of them that are accessible, and you can go and visit that. So let's tell you about the searching in the darknet. So especially in the search engine like Google is being used, and many other search engine may be used. So I don't know what search engine you may be using, but Google will not work in this index. And what's really important from this darknet is that it's only going to index a lot of stuff from the clear web. So basically in the next video I will actually show you some of the really good dark web or darknet search engines. So that will basically index all the website on the darknet and give you some of the good results. Now back to what I was explaining about the extension of the URL. So here an example of the website of a URL that end with .onion. So this is the dark web or deep web website. So you basically have the http:// and then the name of a website in a code format, as you can see here. So you will not find any website in the name right here, but an idea of it is a combination of a letter that will give and that will make sense to the title of this website in a code format. So you will not find a website that will have a name right here in a dark web. and idea of a basically is a combination of letter. And now you can see it's a dot coin at the end of the extension. So if I open another website like coffee, it will take some time to load. As you can see, it has now coffee get another website. So more commercial link like as you can see in here, and website but the website name is ACC market, but as you can see it website description is in letters, and at the end it's a dot onion. So that's an example of how a dark web website usually looks like, and what is the website address and the extension. So you're gonna also find a couple of websites like search engines that will give you the results of like ebooks, or you can print ebooks or buy ebooks, or you can collect and buy a couple of other books that they are selling and you want to buy. So there are a couple of good and bad both websites both in here. So overall this is a very good search engine, but it's not the best. I'll getting a good couple of websites in the upcoming videos. So basically that's it for this video. This is the video that I was just explaining the answers about the deep web and what's the difference from what you would expect a normal clear web to a deep web, and the functionality of how this works and all. So that's all for it. So in this section we are basically going to be looking at the Tor browser and some of its security feature, and just going over the interface. So you could have installed this on Windows, or you could be installed this on any other virtual machine, or even Ubuntu or Linux, any other choices that you want. So I'm now using this on my Windows computer. So as you can see, I have connected to my Tor network, so it's all connected. So let's get started. So the Tor browser has a lot of security feature that probably a lot of people overlook, but let's actually get into them. So if you maximize the Tor browser in virtual machine, it's going to tell you that Tor browser can allow a website to determine your monitor size, which can be used to track you. So we recommend that you leave your Tor browser window in the original default size. So there's actually a precaution that actually makes sense, because obviously if you visit a website, it has to do basically from a website from the device that you are using, because the resolution of the device that you are using, which you see most commonly nowadays, can be detected on those certain website. So if you visit a website on your mobile device, it will basically convert the resolution to the mobile devices. So one of the first precaution is to take the make sure that you don't maximize your browser resolution on your virtual machine, and it makes a lot of easier for them to understand what device you are using, and from there they can basically begin targeting you, and all of that really is got to do with security and anonymity. So now most of the people already noticed that this really isn't very common normal. As you can see, if you go to this little icon in here, As you can see, this is the site information for this duckduckgo.com. So you can get a new identity by clicking this. Okay, let's test this. As you can see, I got the new identity from here, and it will refresh as this identity. So the Tor is enabled. So if you as the Tor is enabled, is gonna create a new identity. If you click this Tor circuit from this side, and it's going to see the security setting of the Tor network setting. So let's just go into the google.com for better understanding. It will take some time because it's on this. As you can see, it's sending a lot of packets from code, not from each of these countries. As you can see, it's in Germany, because as you can see, the languages are all in German, because this connection is from German. Now we basically hit a new identity. This will create like another, but it's still from German. As you can see. Okay, let's create all German. Okay. So as you can see, it's connected to the Tor network, and what you see is basically replies. So according to that, it got the Tor network. So that the IP is using the IP from Germany and from Switzerland. Then the node is gone from Austria, and then finally it's going to this google.com. So in reality, I don't live in any of these countries, but so I can tell you that it's working. So if you click on the onion right now in here, so it's going to say this browser is security level is standard, because all of the browser and website feature are enabled. So but if I click this in here, it will see the Tor circuit in here, as we previously described how Tor connection work. So it's going to go to the first node, then the first node is basically selected to the second node, and then is going to select to the third node, and then finally going to this internet like google.com. So it's basically we are showing you the chain of node connections that you are browsing, and the browser is taking to finally access the internet, which is why you will find sometimes the connection is slightly slower in this Tor browser, because it's coming from various nodes. That's why it's taking some time to load any web pages, and that's why it's slightly slower. Again, you can create a new identity by just clicking this, and it is going to give you the new IP address. So we basically know this is using the German IP address, and let's close this window and connect to the new door circuit. So create a new identity, as I already shown how to create a new identity. So now let's go a new website, like as we all know this website and we visit every day. So let's go to youtube.com. and see let's see what it gives you. So as you can see, it giving you the same top circuit as how this node actually works. So in theory, I don't know what IP addresses it's giving me now, but let's see what is giving us. So basically it is using the Germany IP address, and possibly is going to continue using it for right now. Anyway, what I was getting to was basically how it's basically structured the web page and how you can customize the activity of this page. So as I say, you can go into the security setting. So security setting, and right now the security setting is set to standard, which is low. So that means that is basically going to work like and any browser, and is not going to restrict anything because it's on standard and means it's in low. So let me just minimize this. Now if I hit medium means this one safer. As you can see, it has a lot of description like disable website feature that are often dangerous, causing some site to lose functionality. JavaScript disable on non-HTTP sites. Some fonts and some math symbol are disable. Audio and video, HTML, media and WebGL are click to pay. So if I just reload this YouTube page, that means it's going to be still going to enable the HTML5 video and audio media, but it became unplayable. Like if I click this video, as you can see, it cannot open this video, but if I change this to standard and reload this page, as you will see, it will open this video. As you can see, it's working. So basically all sites where JavaScript is enabled, performance optimization that are disabled. So basically when it's medium, it's going to restrict a bit of script running on the website. For example, I already shown you one of these. It's going to show you the thumbnail, but it's not going to play the video. Let me try that again. As you can see, permission for YouTube video autoplay is blocked by blocking audio. Also disable, as you can see, disable website feature that are often dangerous, causing some site to lose functionality. As you can see, it also gives you the description of how this security works. So in terms of interface, there is nothing really changed, but everything is still smooth. But the thing is, it's not going to play the video because it's on a medium setting. So if I change this to the highest, so which means only allows website features required for static website and basic services. So this changes effect like JavaScript will be disabled by default on all website, and some fonts, icon or math symbol or even image will be disabled, and audio video will also be disabled. Okay, let's just reload this. As you can see, let's just reload this. Okay, as you can see, nothing is even clickable in this highest or safer. As you can see, it's here. Also show you all those torch circuit, and also it will give you the security level on your allow website that requires static, because the YouTube doesn't use the static. That's why you cannot even do anything on this hard level. So let me explain what the high security level actually means. So this security level, following changes, which is the apply most over the any preview on the content, like any clickable website in this here, you can just click. So where JavaScript is enabled, it practically cannot do anything. So in reality there is a lot of script that are disabled. So because in your script area they're gonna ask if there is an area that block the script, and as you can see it's temporarily blocked all this font or even thumbnail. So it disabled all other scripted as well. So now you can temporarily allow the script on this page if you know your website that you can trust. However, it's going to be advise you that allowing the script globally or universally across the Tor browser is very dangerous, and that's because some of the website may use JavaScript. As you know, JavaScript uses your computer to perform a task on the website like calculation, and those can be very dangerous, especially when harvesting information from your browser and your computer. So basically it's the security feature that you have your Tor network setting. So you can even Tor browser calls the window tabs, and you can all below. So you can even reset your identity by using this button. If you click yes, it will reset all your identity. So even with this button you can just reset the Tor circuit and the website details, is it secured or verifiable or not. So the security feature that if you have in your Tor network are very simple and basically first setting that you get. So when you installing the Tor browser, you can eventually check for that whether you want your network or internet source or service provider to block connection to the Tor network in some countries, so whether that may be restricted or whether you may have a proxies or you are going through a firewall. So that's really up to you. So coming to this browser, let me go back to YouTube, and okay, let's just go back to YouTube again. So if you focus on the top Tor circuits, it says that you have a visual representation according to the chain of loads that being used. So if you are going to secure settings, and we're going to, if you want to secure setting like chain setting, that's the security level, and you can set like medium, low, or safest. So let's go the Tor browser to use DuckDuckGo, because Tor browser uses DuckDuckGo. As you can see, DuckDuckGo as a search engine. So the Tor browser automatically uses the DuckDuckGo, which is then anonymous search engine. So basically, as you can see that the default search engine is DuckDuckGo. It let me just search the hidden wiki. Let's just go and open the hiddenwiki.org. It contains a collection of few or I would say most variable or safe .onion websites. So generally speaking, the first thing you realize that the deep web or the darknet actually browse through the darknet, which is relatively slow because it's going to use as a certain amount of proxies. So the hidden wiki, as I said, is going to be using a DuckDuckGo search engine, and a DuckDuckGo search engine is the, I think, best search engine because it is anonymous and that does not take any of your search queries. So as I open the hiddenwiki.org website, so let's try and actually visit a dark website or darknet website. So basically this is just a collection of .onion website, which is the URL format for the deep web, and most of you that don't know, it does not end with, this website does not end with .com, .net or .org. It ends with, as you can see, .onion. So let's just open an website. Let's see if this website is working or not. Okay, this website is working, but most of the website that we are seeing here will not work. So it's a good starting point for you to understand how this works. So basically I'm trying, as I tried to go, you can even try any other website, but I will prefer you to do the website that you can use for your goods, not for bad intention. So for example, this website, as you can see, the UK passports are name of your choice. These are not I think good website, but also as you can see, they are selling the UK passport made for your with your information. So this is not good. So let me just try a good website that can be. Let's talk about Bitcoin. As you all know, now in Bitcoin,